Hi everyone, I'm DJ Such a Lady, aka Ashley Smith, and I'm here with
Dr. Latasha Quarles.
and Dr. Quarles. Is that how you would like to be referred to today?
Yes.
All right. So, Dot, we are talking about you running for a justice of peace.
Yes.
Let's go into detail about that. What is a justice of peace?
Well, Justice of the Peace is a judge that handles eviction cases,
Mm-hmm.
misdemeanors, small civil cases, magistrate court,
Mm-hmm.
things of that nature.
Okay. And so, Dot, why do you feel qualified to be in a position like that?
Well, I bring decades of experience being a social worker,
Okay.
counselor, advocate, child advocate in this community, and most importantly, a U.S. veteran.
Okay.
We go through a lot of challenges being a soldier, and so I believe with that expertise, um, bringing to the forefront of this
Mm-hmm.
job would be must have.
You retired from the military?
Yes.
Did you do any deployments?
No.
Okay, so you
I became medically disabled to
okay.
deploy. So after a while, they were like, "You're no good to them," you
Yeah,
know.
that's still a lot of work because I was
Yes.
medical myself, and so a lot of people got hurt just training, and some people didn't even make it out of basic. So it's
Hmm.
remarkable that you did. Thank you for your service.
Thank you as well.
I appreciate that. And you said social work.
Hmm.
So how long have you been doing that?
I've been a social worker since 2005. I worked with Bell County as a child advocate, children in foster care,
Mm-hmm.
counselor with Job Corps, trying to help children have gone astray get back on the right path.
Right.
And so I believe with that expertise, bring it to the forefront as a justice of the peace, I can have a great influence with that.
Okay. In terms of political experience, what have you done in the past?
Political experience in the past, I've served in court as
Mm-hmm.
a child advocate. So I was in
Okay.
court 4 out of 5 days a week,
Wow.
um, doing court reports, meeting with attorneys, judges, CPS caseworkers, trying to come to a meeting on behalf of children who were in foster care.
Okay. So that's a lot of advocacy.
Yes, a lot.
Okay. And being that you would be on the other side of the bench, do you feel that you could do a great job be on the opposite spectrum versus an advocate?
Yes, I do believe I can be do a great job with that
Mm-hmm.
because, for one, I know a little bit about the law and
Mm-hmm.
what is required um, from versus the judge advocate versus the citizen. So,
Right. And I know there's quite a bit of training that goes with that as well.
yes, there is.
So as soon as you get elected, then you have, because I remember when Greg got elected, he had training, it seemed like for a year, then he always goes back. And so it's a lot of opportunity to learn in that position.
Yes, yeah. He's speaking with him. He says it's you go to training, you come back. It's kind of
Hmm.
like you implement what you learn in
Right,
training. So I think that's good because when you learn in bits and pieces, you're most likely to retain that.
right. So do you have a good relationship with the Justice of Pieces already?
Um, I I would say a decent one. I don't like know them personally,
Right.
but on a professional level, just shadowing and
Hmm.
seeing what the day to day would be like. That's as far as that goes.
Oh, so you didn't just jump out there. You actually shadowed and made sure this is something you really wanted to do.
Yes.
Okay, that's really awesome because a lot of people don't know
Hmm.
until they get in a position and they go, "Oh, I really don't like this," or they're not well suited for it.
Right. Right.
Okay.
So that was very important to me to see what the day to day is, what type cases. I pretty much set in on all cases that a JP will do. So I'm very well aware. The only thing I haven't done was pronounce someone,
Hmm.
but I have no issue with I'm not scared of I'm not scared, I'm not scared of them. So
I'm not scared of y'all.
it can't hurt me. But yeah, that's and I think that's to me, you have to have the stomach for that because
Right,
that's a lot. So,
right. Now, one of the questions from Facebook that I received is how can someone who doesn't have any legal experience as an attorney serve in the community as a judge?
well, I think it goes with your educational training, your
Mm-hmm.
background, being a social worker. I've counseled mental health patients. I've
Mm-hmm.
counseled with people from all walks of life. So, um, and with that being a JP judge, to me is no different because you're going to be experiencing people from all walks of life,
Right.
and so you're going to get to learn people, and you're going to get to each, of course, each situation is going to be different,
Mm-hmm.
but still, um, you will have. I have the I don't want to say the common sense, but I've been in the ring for a minute, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm very aware of that.
And like you said, you have training. You'll be trained.
Hmm.
It's not a qualification, disqualification,
Hmm.
or a qualification for this position.
Right, there isn't. No.
Okay. I really like the fact that you approach this as someone who already has background in social work,
Hmm.
who wants to kind of move in a different position.
Hmm.
What do you think the positive of that would be?
Um, being a social worker, you have to be impartial to all situations. Being a mental health counselor, I have to listen to what, at that time, it was, I was counseling veterans
Mm-hmm.
with mental issues. And so you have to be impartial to that and not think that one case, one shoe fits all because it doesn't. And so with that, I would take that in the courtroom as well because what applies to this eviction case doesn't necessarily apply to another eviction case.
Right.
So I believe that's important. Foremost, just being impartial and leading with integrity, because if you lead with integrity, you're always going to be right.
Correct. That's actually the motto for my business. We have integrity in the actual logo
Hmm.
because I think it's that important. And a lot of in this area, it seems like a lot of things are missing with integrity. A lot of our politicians locally have been deemed not trustworthy, according to Melissa Brown. And so Melissa Brown is not having it.
And
So,
that's important because once your integrity is questioned, then everything you do is always going to be questioned. So I always believe that if you're honest from the beginning, and it's not a bad thing to say, I don't know. I don't
right.
know, or I'm not sure, or let me think about a way that I can approach this better,
Hmm.
because it's better to do that than do some dishonest action
Right. Make
that,
bad decisions.
and they come back and bite you.
I agree with that.
Hmm.
You'll have to work with local politicians, including the commissioner for your budget.
Hmm.
Is there anything that you think you could do better than the candidate now when it comes to the budget or communicating with the actual commissioner, city council?
Um, I think it's important to educate the public, the citizens, on their rights and responsibilities, because a lot
Mm-hmm.
of times people come into a court, they've never been in court before.
Right.
And so now they're, one, scared, they don't know what to do. But I think if there was some kind of resources out there to help educate them on do's and don'ts, like, do I need an attorney for eviction case? Do I need um, attorney for just a misdemeanor case?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes people don't know. You can just try to Google it and find that information out yourself. But when you're scared, you don't think about
Right.
things like that. So.
Yeah, being prepared and maybe doing something with the city.
Mhm.
Um, that's actually a great idea. Maybe even the
Mhm.
county-wide initiative, because the laws are the laws for the whole county.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's ask some tougher questions. Ah, why do you think you're the best candidate?
I think I'm the best candidate because I bring a unique, a wide variety of experience across the board. I've dealt with judges, attorneys, children in foster care, children, families trying to get their children before they get in foster care, Job Corps. Um, I've been a warrior of the board as well as a teacher. I used to teach as
Oh,
well.
really? I didn't know you were a teacher.
Yes, I used to teach first grade.
Here in Killeen?
Yes,
At what school?
Clear Creek.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah,
pretty cool. If you could deal with children, you
first graders are busy,
I know they are.
but they're so honest.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when they come to school and they say things like, "Oh, you know, my dad hit my mom last night when I was crying," you
Oh,
know. So
wow.
now it's like, oh, so I have to let the kid know that it's not your fault. You didn't
Right.
do anything, because a lot of times kids take on that and then they start carrying that luggage with them.
Right.
And again, in the end, it starts to hurt them educational
Mm-hmm.
wise. So
Absolutely.
that was my first touch with the social work arena. Before I was, finished school, I used to work as a teacher. So
I had no idea. That's crazy.
yeah, I've worn a lot of hats. I
Yes.
have.
Shout out to KISD.
Yeah.
Even though on Facebook they complain about them, but we love KISD.
Yes, yes. We love KISD. Look, we can't get around them. So the best way to deal with it is just to educate ourselves and learn. And that's one thing parents should do. Educate themselves and know their rights as parents,
Sure.
because you can't advocate for something or do something that you don't know anything about. So I think
That's
that's important.
that's a very good point. The what is the biggest change that you would implement from what we have now, since you'll be in that position if you win?
Um, Biggest change. I want to reduce recidivism with our youth.
Okay.
A lot of times, our youth, they're in trouble, they're in ISS, they're sent to another school, so but they're taken away from class, so they're not getting everything that they should
Mm,
be. Yes, the teachers send information over with them, but what good is the information if they haven't been taught information?
correct.
So I think reducing that recidivism, try to find out what the root cause is, because kids don't just wake up and just start acting out.
Right.
There's always a root cause for everything. So um, that would be one of my main things, and also the homeless population. When I got out, well, before I got out of the military, I noticed that there was a lot of homeless veterans in our community, and so being a veteran myself,
Right.
that's near and dear to my heart. So I started a transitional home for homeless veterans back in 2021.
Okay.
So with that, veterans who were either getting out of the military, or I had one or two that were still in the military, just moving to the area, didn't really have money to pay for different, electricity, water, get your deposits and stuff in.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started that just to help them, get their footing, especially those who got out of the military.
Okay.
So
Wow,
those
that's really
those would be
awesome.
my main areas of
Do you want to
focus.
get more of those type of
I would love
homes?
to. I would
Okay.
love to. Yes.
We're gonna have to connect you with HA. You know
Okay.
Hussein Abdullah?
Mm-mm.
He's a big real estate guy here. He's one of my business mentors,
Mm-hmm.
and probably UPC too. And let's get them on board because they want to do that, and we actually have some properties available.
Okay.
So offline, we'll
Cool.
talk about that a little bit
Cool.
more.
I would love that.
And then also, I like the fact that you said you want to be an advocate for homeless veterans and those
Mm-hmm.
who are maybe not financially doing as well as they would like to.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that transitions to me a lot of evictions and what's going on now
Mm-hmm.
because the issue in Bell County, the
Mm-hmm.
costs are rising because I'm on the tax board. So taxes are going up and it impacts everybody, but the job market is not.
Right.
So we have this large financial gap.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that has to impact the JP's office with evictions and people not being able, unfortunately, to adjust to the new cost of living.
Mm-hmm. That's so true. And I
Hmm.
think one thing as a JP, I would make sure I um, apply the law impartially,
Right,
because a lot of times people always think that the landlord is always right. Well, that's not always the case. I've seen, even when my daughter was moving from place, they was like, "Oh, you're not getting your deposit back because XYZ." Well, that doesn't equate the whole amount of the deposit, you
right.
know. So I think in applying the law impartially, um, because some tenants just don't even fight for their rights. They'll just say, "Oh well, I'm not going." But in that case with my daughter, I did.
Okay,
So, but yeah, I think that's very important. And then with those evictions, having timely hearings,
right.
ensuring that both sides understand their rights and obligations is very important as well.
Yes, because I know I've had several people come to me, come to different people on city council complaining about landlords
Mm-hmm.
being predatory in this area.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no advocacy in that area.
Mm-hmm.
And it appears that there may even be a good old boy system in this area. So you would be kind of going against the grain. Are you comfortable with that?
I'm comfortable for doing what's right.
Okay.
And then because people don't understand, you put people out, families, mothers, and their children. Now
Mm-hmm.
they're homeless. Now they're on the street. Now you have a bigger problem,
Correct.
because now the children aren't able to go to school because they don't have clean, facilities to have wash their clothes, to sleep,
Mm-hmm.
or they're in shelters, and that's not a place for children to be long term.
Correct.
So, and when children are in an environment where they can thrive and do well, they will do well in school and other aspects of their life.
Absolutely. And I agree with that. Our kids, I think they're going to have a tough time. We had the opportunity, we got some money from the government and we built a jail with it
Mm.
instead of putting it back in the community. I guess the commissioner court voted on it and they believed that was a way to generate jobs
Mm-hmm.
by having a bigger jail. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a person that goes for that type of logic.
Mm-hmm.
I think we could have put it in maybe economic development,
Mm-hmm.
other things like that. Maybe hiring some more people at the JP office because you guys have a heavy workload.
Mm-hmm.
Are you prepared for that heavy
Oh
workload?
yes, I'm prepared. I being a social worker, I've had
Oh
40,
yeah.
45 cases on
Ooh,
my caseload where I've had to go see families, and you have to see families twice. I think it was like twice a month.
okay.
So now it's me trying to go see so many families, and trying to make sure nobody slips through the crack. And so it just comes with being organized and handling your schedule in appropriate manner. um, I can do it. I've done it before, even as a soldier in the military. I had soldiers under me, but still I had to ensure
Hmm.
XYZ happened. If not, it wasn't a soldier's fault. It falls on me.
Okay.
And I'm gonna take accountability of my action if something does fall through the cracks with me. But nothing will.
Yeah, you have to definitely be prepared.
Mm-hmm.
Not wait like last minute.
Mm-hmm.
Are there people in this community that are backing you up?
Yes, I have people backing me up. My family, my husband, my children, my church family. I have
Hmm.
my community. I only have two streets in my neighborhood, so they're behind me, and I have like my social work friends, my travel friends. So I have a lot of people that are rooting for me to be successful.
Okay. That's really good. I'm trying to think of some questions that, let me see. These are some of my Facebook questions that They're growing the case law. Oh, okay. I'm a biker, so this is for my biker friends. What will you do to reduce repeat offenses for Class E misdemeanors? Shout
I'm be
out to my friends.
well. I think well, yeah. Well, I think education, educating people on things.
Mhm.
Because a lot of people don't know. Oh, I didn't know I couldn't make a right turn on this when the arrows where it's green or red going this way.
Mhm.
So I think education is the big thing with that. So
Okay, because they say, what they say, ignorance is no excuse.
right.
So we do have to be educated. And then you said you will remain. How will one of the people ask? How will you remain impartial and avoid political influence as you're running as a Democrat candidate?
I would just basically follow the law. Lead with integrity, be impartial, and not being judgmental for one side or this side of the coin. You know, you know how they say it's three sides to every story.
Mm-hmm.
The right side, the truth, the left side, her side, his side, and then the truth in the middle,
Somewhere in the middle.
somewhere in the middle.
Okay, because I completely agree with you with the
Mhm.
political influence. And
Mhm.
sometimes just because we're politically the same
Mhm.
doesn't mean you really my kinfolk. Like my mama
Exactly.
used to say, same skin folk, not kinfolk.
Exactly.
And that goes to various things,
Yes.
Democrat, Republican. Sometimes your best friends are on the opposite side of the aisle, especially in the
Exactly.
military.
Exactly.
Um, and I really like that. And then we talked about a lot of vulnerability in the community with
Mhm.
veterans.
Mhm.
The cost of living is going up. We have a
Mhm.
lot of people transitioning, having a
Yes.
problem.
Yes. And that's a big thing. People don't realize when they do see a veteran out there with a sign, um, they really need some assistance.
Yes,
And whether it's just a meal or just a warming place, I would like to have warming stations. We don't have that here. Warming stations for veterans or for anybody who's out in the cold, especially these freezing temperatures we just recently had.
right.
So I think that would be a great implementation into the community. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
That's actually good. I know they have some on the north side of town,
Hmm.
but really, it seems like all the homeless resources are downtown.
Hmm.
But my philosophy is downtown should be for maybe businesses to operate
Hmm.
so we can have more income. And
Hmm.
then maybe we should build some type of structure for the homeless, um,
I agree.
unhoused, as we should call them, to make sure they have somewhere in some classes and things like that.
I agree. I agree. At least to be able to take a nice warm shower
Right.
and stuff because I don't see that here. So.
Yeah, I've never seen in my life, because I'm from Michigan, where you put the homeless people or the unhoused people directly where your businesses are.
Hmm.
That's something new to me. I know
Yeah.
they do it in Austin as well,
Yeah.
but it's not a good business
It's
model.
not because then it goes to the businesses downtown. Then that starts to, especially if they own a building, their value go down.
Hmm.
And so, and it's not the unhoused fault.
Right.
It's just they found themselves in that situation. So.
Yeah. Maybe it'll be good because they got city council as well as the mayoral race coming.
Hmm.
Perhaps to have a different conversation.
Hmm.
And with new blood, I think sometimes it's better because you get
Hmm.
new ideas.
Right. Right. Exactly. So I definitely agree.
Yeah, I like that. I like that you have a different perspective. Now, you were talking about experience.
Hmm.
There's already a candidate, Miss Nicola.
Hmm.
She's in that position.
Hmm.
So the argument for her would be I already have the experience. Why go
Hmm.
with someone else?
Well, my argument with that would be okay, what has been productive in those 4 years
Mm-hmm.
that you've been in the seat? Um, what have you given back to the community? What have you shown the community in that aspect? Um, what was your, I guess, I don't want to know, say what you wanted to implement was that
Right.
implemented. You know, those are the things that people ask. Well, what has she done? What you
Right.
know? So I'm bringing a fresh perspective around across the board of knowledge of being in the courtroom.
Mm-hmm.
So I bring that, and with anything, everybody has to be trained. You
Correct.
know, she had to be trained.
Right.
You know, because it could have easily been said, well, the person that's in the seat, why waste money training? But that's
Correct.
with anything. So everybody has to be trained, no matter what aspect you get into.
All right. I think that's all the questions. We have a crowd today for the first time. Does the crowd have any questions? No, the crowd's very happy with the interview. The crowd loves us, yay. So we have some literature here. You're the first one to bring literature.
Am I?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
I have a question. Did I see somewhere that you're a member of a three-letter organization?
Yes.
Which one?
Sigma Gamma Rho.
Look at the camera. Everyone loves y'all. She's a member of
Yes,
Sigma
Sigma
Gamma
Gamma
Rho.
Rho, Sorority Incorporated.
Did I see somewhere that you're also running for like a national office of
Hold on.
the organization?
Did I see
No,
that?
no, I'm not running for a national office.
Oh, okay. I was like, well, how is that gonna work?
Oh
Okay.
no,
I thought I saw that on Facebook.
oh no, I'm not running for a national.
And that's
No,
actually a good question. You're a
yeah.
member of Sigma Gamma Rho, one of the Divine Nine organizations.
Hmm.
And I actually DJ'd for you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, for one of the intake, the membership. What is it called? The intake process.
Hmm.
Okay, because I went in undergrad. They call it the probate, but it wasn't a probate because they
Yeah.
were grad. But you guys do a lot of volunteering, a lot of what else do they do here? I've seen them do
Work in the community.
voter registration.
Hmm.
So very intentional with community service.
Very intentional.
Are there
Um,
any other organizations you're in?
um, Actively, no. Well, I'm
Because
a
you're
member
in
of the,
campaign mode.
yes, yes, National Association of Social Workers. I'm in
Okay.
that. But other than other active community, no, that's all I'm in. My
Okay.
plate is full.
I know that'll keep you busy
Oh
because
yes.
you guys do a lot of volunteering.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Mm-hmm.
this is so awesome that you brought this for us. I'm trying to see juvenile offenses. So Dr. Quarles 4jp4.com. And then if people want to get in contact with you or help with your campaign, how can they get in contact with you?
Um, I don't know how you can hold this up to see.
And I'll put it on the information on the interview
You can
itself.
contact me by email, phone. My phone number is on there. I'm a very open person, so
Hmm.
either way, if you can stop me on the street, I will answer your question. So,
Campaigning is very difficult. So yes, yes, ma'am.
How are you giving out the information on like timelines on like when the primary is, when the subsequent election is? Because it doesn't really follow like the city's timeline.
yeah,
You might
well,
before you answer, let me re-ask it because they probably can't hear
yeah.
online. So the question was, how are you giving the information for the primaries and other timelines for the campaign?
Hmm. Well, basically, just posting when I have meet and greets, letting the citizens know that early voting starts 17th of February to the
Mhm.
end of the month, and then the third, 27th of February, and then March 3rd is the election.
We usually have voter apathy for this election. How do you plan on getting people excited about you running and getting them out to vote?
Um, I'm planning on having a stroll to the poll block party.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And that'll be around the very end of the month of February. So I'm in the planning stages of that right now, and I think that will be a good gathering to get the public out. I will be out there. Other candidates can be out there as well. Um, to, announce what, they're
Mm-hmm.
going for and how they will implement their position in the community.
I have some biker friends who are very into politics,
Yes,
locally, specifically locally, and I'll make sure they come out
please
and do a
do.
little ride for us.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
Hmm.
Yes, you'll be on the DJ
I
on the
might. We
mic
gonna
on the
see.
ones and twos. You say I'm coming to relax that day, huh?
I love the DJ. We'll see. You know, I got a few
Okay,
irons in the fire, but I
I
would love
got
to
you.
support it. Anything I
Got
can
you.
do, I'll make sure I put it on social media as well.
Yes, right. But right now, I have two food trucks. They're gonna be there because I really want to support small businesses. I
Yeah.
think that's very important to support them. So right now, I have two that have committed to come.
Who?
The pink. She was there last night. Yeah, the pink skillet.
The
Okay.
pink skillet.
Yeah, that's teriyaki chicken and rice.
Mhm.
Woo, child. Yesterday, that's what I had. Some, yeah, she's definitely coming. And then there's another. I can't think of their name, but they have fish, shrimp, chicken. Remember they came to the block party. I've had two block parties on my streak, so
Oh, good.
that was a great success. So I want to get as many food trucks as possible there. So if you're a food truck and you want to participate, just get in touch with me through my email or phone number.
And give the people your email and the information you want them to have one more time.
Okay, my email address is Dr. Quarles, that's DrQuarles, the number four, the letter J, the number four.com. And then my phone number, I better have it on here. Oh, it's on my card.
Mhm.
My phone number is 254-658-3363. That's 254-658-3363.
If they want to donate to the campaign.
I have scan codes on the back of here, and she'll post them online.
Okay.
If you would like to donate, I really appreciate it. Whatever, no amount is too small, whether it's $5 or
Hmm.
$25. I appreciate anything.
Is there anything else you want to tell the people before we go?
Uh, if you're not registered to vote, you have till Monday to be registered to vote to participate in the March 3rd elections. So vote, vote, vote. If you want change, you have to vote. You can't sit at home
Hmm.
and twiddle your thumbs and not vote. So I would really appreciate your vote
Hmm.
for Dr. Quarles, JP Colleen.
All right, it's DJ Touch a Lady. Thank you so much for DJ Touch a Lady and Friends with Dr. Quarles. Y'all have a good one.
Thank you.